So this we were discussing. We had the blood group A, blood group B, AB, O. So the blood group A, it has antigen present A. The blood group B, the blood group A has antigen A. The blood group B has antigen B. The blood group AB, it has both the antigen A and B. Blood group A, blood group O, it does not have any antigen. No antigen are present in the blood group O. In the antibodies are the proteins which help in fighting with the organisms or the infectious organisms which enter our body, foreign bodies which can enter our body, so they help fighting with it. So the blood group A, it carries the antibody B. Blood group B carries the antibody B. And
Antibody A, right, sir, for blood group B.
antibody A. The blood group B contains the antibody A. AB does not contain any antibodies. O contains the antibody AB.
Sir, I came right now. What you're saying? Heredity.
Yeah.
I came right now. What you're going to say?
So currently we are doing the blood structure.
Okay, sir.
So it's the blood structure, that means what the blood is made up of, and their inheritance, how the blood groups are inherited.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so out of this, as we know that the blood group A, it has the antibody B. So if suppose blood group A is transferred to the person carrying the blood B, so there will be a blood transfusion. Okay. There will be a blood transfusion. The antibody wave A will regard this as the antibody which is A, it will regard this antibody B to be a foreign body, and there will be blood coagulation. So A cannot donate to B and B cannot donate to A. Okay. So in this way, blood cannot be donated between A and B. But the blood group AB, this is your universal recipient. This is universal recipient. Universal recipient means it can receive the blood from all of them. It can receive blood from A also, as it has the antigen A and no antibodies. So it can receive the blood group A also. It can receive the blood group B also. And it can receive from AB also. Right? As in no case, it is going to have an opposite antigen or opposite antibodies. Okay. So blood group AB is the universal recipient. It can receive from all of them. Whereas the blood group O, it is the universal donor.
It can give to anyone, right?
Yeah. It can donate to anyone. If it donates to the blood group A, so there are no antigens in O, so it will establish an antibody. It contains the antibody B, so the antibody B is already present in O. Okay, so therefore it will establish, and hence the blood group from O can be transferred to A. The blood from O can be transferred to B also for the similar reason. And for the similar region, it can be transferred for this to this AB organ. Okay. So understood this, how the blood transfusion occurs, how can we transfer the blood from one person to another?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here we observe that there are three blood groups. So there are three alleles. Okay. There is an allele for the blood group A. There is an allele for blood group B. Okay. And there is an allele for the blood group O. So there is some see now in terms of heredity, if we observe, you have the blood group A, B, O, and AB. Right. So the blood group A, it has an allele which is A. Let us represent that by IA. The blood group B has an allele which let us represent by IB. The blood group O has an allele, let's say IO. Now out of these, A and B, both of them they are co-dominant. Okay. They are co-dominant. That means they can both are dominant. Okay, both A and B, both of them are dominant, but this IO allele is recessive. Okay, so consider a parent. Consider if you consider a parent like this. Suppose the parent has blood group. If some parent has blood group A, right? So he can have the following alleles. He can have either IA or he can have the alleles as IA and IO. Then also he will be having the blood group A. Okay. If a parent is having the blood group B, he will be having the alleles IB, 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 or IB and IO. If a parent is having the blood group AB, so he has necessarily IA and IB as the alleles present in them. So both the alleles A and B, they are present in the person who is having the blood group AB. And if a person is having the blood group O, so in the O blood group, he has only of the type IO and IO. Okay. So understood these blood relationships and their what type of alleles may be present.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is it possible that if the parents are having the blood group A, so the child can have a O blood group? Is it possible that both the parents are having the A blood group and the child is having the O blood group? Is it possible? See, we have the male parent and the female parent. So if the parents are having the A blood group, so in the heterozygous condition, it will have the alleles as IA and IO. Female can also have the alleles as IA and IO. Now during the zygote formation, the child can have a blood group either as A or it can have the blood group as O, IO, IO, or it can have the chances like this, IO and IA. Okay. So there are more chances that the child has an A blood group, but there are still the chances that the child can have a O blood group also. Are you getting this, or shall I explain this again?
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, my father is A blood group, sir. My mother is O blood group, sir. Then how am I O blood group?
Okay. So let's check it like this. So your father has A blood group, your mother has O blood group, right? So your
Yes.
father will have this one, IA and IO. Your mother will have the blood group IO and IO, right?
Yes.
So just making the cross, either you can make over there also, or you can make using the Punnett square, but I think this will be easy to understand here. So here you have IA from the IAIO. Here you will have IO and IO. So you can either have the blood group as IAIO or IAIO here also. Here it can be IOIO, and here also it can be IO and IO. So both this blood group, it represents your A, this also represents your A, this represents your O, and this represents your O. So both the chances are that 50-50% are chances are there. You can have either an A blood group or you can have the O blood group,
Yes.
right? Since out of A and O, A is the dominant one, O is recessive one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so understood? Anyone has any doubts? Okay, now you will tell me, if the parents are having, if one of the parent is having the A blood group and the other parent is having the B blood group. So what are the chances of the kid for having any blood group? Okay. Male parent has the A blood group and the female parent has the B blood group.
Sir, AB blood group, like AB
Check,
positive.
check it out. See, A will have the blood group IA. It can have the allele IA, IO. If there is someone B blood group, so he can have the alleles as IB and IO under the heterozygous conditions. That means if unless they are purely unless they have a purely A blood group. Okay, so we are taking here the heterozygous condition. That means they are having the A blood group. So it is possible they are having this pair of alleles. Okay, so check out what are the possibilities. Okay, what are the possibilities? What blood groups are possible here? Hasnita, what will be the alleles present over here at the first point?
Sir, there will be IA and IB.
IA and IB. Here,
IO, IB.
IO, IB. At this point,
IA, IO.
IA, IO. And at this point,
IO, IB, IO.
this is IO and IO.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
Okay. So what does this blood group represent? What does this allele represent? Which blood group?
AB.
AB. Which blood group this allele represents?
B.
Which blood group this one represents?
A.
Which blood group represented by
O.
this?
O.
O. So there are equal outcomes that the child can have either the A blood group or the B blood group or O blood group or AB blood group.
It can have either of them, right?
Yeah, all of them have equal opportunities. But just like uh, previous question, whose question was this?
Shasrasis.
Shreyasi. So if the parents are having the A blood group and O blood group, so the chances are that you can have either A blood group or you can have O blood group, but you cannot have a B blood group or you cannot have an AB blood. That's totally impossible.
Yes.
Okay. So any other doubts? Okay. What will be there if the parents are having only the O blood group? If both the parents are having O blood group, so what will be the blood group of the child?
It will be only right.
Okay, the child will have only the O blood group. There are no other alternatives. Okay. So with this, we have finished up with this chapter. I don't think that anything is left out from there. Okay, just check out your book. If anything is left out, then we will be starting with the next topic. Okay,
That's
sir, you
also.
have sir, you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today also, I think I need to inform in the group to everyone to make your camera on. All the cameras are off. Shall I inform everyone's name in the group then? Your cameras are off, your camera is off. Make your camera on. K. Subha Charvik and Tanishka.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir, 5 minutes.
Okay. So I think we have completed the chapter heredity. Just we will try to understand a few questions and then we can move on to the next topic. Yesterday we did about the sex determination also.
So this is heredity and evolution, sir. So there
Yeah,
might
this is
be.
heredity and evolution. So we are not doing evolution and speciation. This we are not doing. Let's see. See this first question. A Mendelian experiment consisted of breeding tall pea plants bearing violet flowers with short pea plants bearing white flowers. The progeny all bore violet flowers, but almost half of them were short. Okay. So this suggests the genetic makeup of the tall parent can be depicted as. So what can be the genetic makeup of the tall parent? Yes, I think all of you have understood about the how we made the crosses. Let's understand this question. So, Srilasya, have you understood the question? Yeah, Srilasya, just read out the question, everyone. You have tall pea plants with violet flower. Okay. You have short pea plants bearing white flowers. Okay. The generation which you obtain over here, the first generation, it wears violet flowers. Here it has violet flowers. And half tall, 50% tall. So I'm giving you just 2 to 3 minutes. Think of the question. Think of question. Okay, everyone will think of. First of all, uh, in what situation can we have all the violet flowers? Under what
Sir, is the
situation?
answer C?
Okay, first of all, what situation makes you that there will be all the violet flowers?
Sir, both will be capital.
Capital W, capital W, sir.
Both will be capital W only?
Yes, sir.
No. Here, I think
So it
the
can be
parent,
capital W and small w also, right? Because it's a
see,
dominant trait.
out of these violet are the dominant. So obviously, this will have some makeup like this W and W. Okay. So all the, sorry, not W, which is represented by V, as that one is
Here
the dominant.
choose W, right, sir?
Okay, they have shown W, so we write it as W, capital W. So capital W and small w will be what are the makeup of these, all the flowers which are there, or it can be either capital W and capital W, but it's nowhere small w and small w. So that means the tall parent will have only violet flowers. It has the genetic makeup of violet as only W and W. There are no alleles present for the white flowers in the tall plant. Okay. Otherwise, the genetic makeup of this plant or the short plants with white flowers, they can be something like this: capital W and small w, or they can be small w, small w. Whatever can be there, that's possible. But here they will all be W and W. 50% are tall. So under what condition 50% of them will be tall?
Heterozygous.
Heterozygous. So for the tallness, it should have capital T and small t. Okay. So then only there are chances that there will be 50% tall. Okay. So it will be your option C, capital T, small t, capital W and capital W. Any other doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Shreyasi Gelias. Fine. So let's see the next question. Question 2 and 3, they are from evolution.
Fourth one it says.
Fourth one,
Fourth, seventh, and
yeah. So fourth
11th one.
question. A study found that children with light colored eyes are likely to have parents with white light colored eyes. Okay. On this basis, can you say anything about whether the light eye color trait is dominant or recessive? Why or why not? Okay, this will be answered by Srilasya will answer this question. Yes, Srilasya, think of the question about this study. A study found that the children with light color eyes are likely to have parents with light colored eyes. So on this basis, can we say anything about whether it is dominant or recessive? Rene,
Yes, sir.
what can we say about this?
So we could say that eye color trait is dominant.
It is dominant.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes.
sir, we cannot say it on the basis of children, sir. We can say it on the basis of parents, sir. On the basis of children, we cannot say whether both the parents had light colored eyes or one of them had a dark colored eyes color, sir. So we cannot say it is recessive or dominant, sir, on the basis of children.
On the basis of children, we cannot say.
Yes, sir, because like if we say it in terms of children, sir, we don't know which parent had if whether both of them had light colored eyes or one had dark or one had light. So we don't know
No,
about it.
So,
but
but
they
we
are
could say that the gene is consistent. That's why it's dominant. Because regardless of whether the children, like even if the children has light colored eyes, it still shows that the gene is consistent enough to pass down throughout the years.
Saryu, what's your point of view?
Sir, I don't think we can say because like if both of the parents have light color eyes, the gene can be recessive also.
Yeah. If both of them have a recessive, if even if it is recessive and both of parents are having the light colored and the children is having a light color, so it may be. Okay.
Yes, exactly my point.
But what you have to go it upstairs. Upstairs means if the child is having, do not go from parent to offspring. Now, not to go from offspring to the parent. Think in that way. Here, the offspring has light color. The offspring has the light color, and this is only possible when the parents have light color. Okay. Suppose parents have dark color. Suppose the parents have their dark colored eyes. Okay. So when they are having the dark colored eyes, we are not obtaining light color. There is no light color. There is only dark color. No light color.
And
Okay.
also, sir, they mentioned children's and not just one child, sir.
No, understand this. Understand. When when the child has a light colored eye, it is necessity that the parent is also a light colored eye. Okay. If the child has a dark color eye, understand this again. Read this. So it's how it's one way or two way understand. A study found that children with light colored eyes are likely to have parents with light colored eyes. Their parents should have light colored eyes. They should not have dark colored eyes. Okay. With light. On this basis, can you say that about whether the light color trait is dominant or recessive? So we cannot say anything about that. Simple thing, we can't say that whether it is dominant or recessive. Right? So we cannot say on this basis. Then next one, seventh question. Outline a project which aims to find the dominant coat color in dogs. Is there any project by which you can aim to find the dominant coat color in dogs? Yeah, anything which we can try out for finding out the dominant coat color. However, the question is not much important from the point of view of the exam. So how can we say? Obviously, we will be taking out two dogs. Okay. First of all, we will take we will try to obtain their pure generations. Once we have the pure generations, then we will apply for the crossing over. And after the crossing over, we can find out which one is the dominant one and which one is the recessive one.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, but in dogs, sir, there are several co-dominant cases also, sir. Like Dalmatian dogs, they have black patches on white skin, coat.
Hmm.
Then how can we like still find the dominant color?
For that, select the species first. First of all, allow the similar colors to be breeded together. Okay. If you
Right.
are allowing the similar colors to be breeded together for 1 to 2 generation, and you observe that there are no such variation, there is no variation or appearance of other patches. So that means that is a variety which is a pure variety. Okay. So in that way, select a pure male variety. In the similar way, select a pure female variety, and then apply the breeding to obtain their to study this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then
11th one, sir.
11th one.
Yes, sir, that's what's given, sir.
Okay. How is the equal genetic contribution of male and female parents ensured in the progeny? Hasnita, how is equal genetic contribution of male and female parents ensured in the progeny?
Sir, female, sir, I don't think I'm able to form proper sentences.
Yes.
Sir, I don't know.
You don't know. See, by the formation of gametes, during the formation of gametes, by the law of independent assortment, there is an equal, it is assured that there is an equal genetic contribution of male and female parents. That is why the male is donating both the types of the gametes. The female is also making all the gametes. So that is why it is assured that both of them, they are making equal contribution. Okay. One gamete from the male and one gamete from the female. So that is how it is ensured that there are equal contributions from both male and female. It is not that there are two male gametes which fuse with a single ovum. Only one male gamete fuses with the single ovum. Okay. So that is how it is ensured that there are equal contributions. So with this, we have completed our NCERT questions. Just give me 1 minute. Till then, I'm just finding out some of the questions which are from the previous board point of view. If we can do those questions, then in the next class, we'll be starting with the new chapter, that is our environment. I don't think that any other chapters are left. Is there any chapter which is left out?
No, sir, nothing other than that.
Okay. So just we'll be practicing a few questions from that topic. And that one is just just wait, I'm sharing. If I'm able to find out any of them. Okay. Okay, so if we encounter any questions which are from heritage, which are from evolution, we will leave that. Otherwise, we will solve this. So, which condition can be explained by Lamarckism? So, however, this is from evolution. If this question is from evolution, so is there anyone who knows anything about Lamarckism? In the beginning of the class, I was telling you something about
Yes, sir.
Lamarckism. Okay. So, how giraffes got their long neck, how humans lost their tail, how humans became bipedal, all of the above. So all of them, all of the above can be explained by the Lamarckism. That's, you need not worry, that is question out of your syllabus, not in the part of heredity. In terms of DNA and RNA structure, what is a nucleotide? So what is a nucleotide? A nucleotide is a heterocyclic base. A nucleotide is a sugar molecule. A nucleotide is a sugar molecule bonded to phosphate group and to a heterocyclic base. A nucleotide is a heterocyclic base bonded to phosphate group. Okay. So for this, you need to understand the structure of the DNA and RNA. Okay. The full form of DNA and RNA both are deoxyribonucleic acid and ribose nucleic acids. Okay. See, nucleic acids, a nucleotide, it is a bond. So nucleotide is a bond between a phosphate group and a heterocyclic base. That is your option D. Which law of
Sir,
Mendel is,
heterocyclic bases are nothing but nitrogen bases, sir.
yeah, they are the nitrogen bases. Third
Okay.
one, which law of Mendel, also known as law of purity of gametes? So I think this you can answer. Which law of Mendel, also known as the law of purity of gametes, by which the purity of the gametes is maintained. Over there, the dominance does not play any role. Okay. So that is law of segregation, whether the allele is dominant or it is recessive. Okay. It forms out its gamete separately. It can separately form its gamete. So this is also called as the law of purity of gametes. Who among the following first coined the term genetics? Yeah. Who coined the term genetics? Answers are also there. So who coined the term genetics?
William Bateson.
Okay, so answer is already here. Answer C, that is William Bateson. So also, if you do not know, we are just practicing out this. Vestigial organ we need not know. Origin of species we need not know. Mutations. No. Okay, genetics is the study of inheritance, evolution, history, or cell structure.
Inheritance.
Inheritance. Okay, which of the following is the phenotype ratio of the F2 generation in the dihybrid process?
9:3:3:1.
Yeah, 9:3:3:1. So this is your answer. C. Which of these is identified to be earliest of the life forms?
Within
Which
this
one?
evolution, sir.
Yeah, it is from the evolution, but can you answer it and justify your answer? If you know, I can justify. See, cyanobacteria, they can be considered as the earliest one, as they are the cells which are least developed cells. Okay. They are the least developed cells. Next one is also evolution. Um, okay, just wait. There are not much questions from the genetics point. Okay, fine. So we start with the new chapter. Shall we start with new chapter today only?
Okay, sir. Actually, I'm just trying one more minute if I'm able to get any of the questions. Okay, so I have found another question. Just have a look at this. Can you see this question? Which of the following is a test? Just okay. Which of the following is a test cross? So which one we call as the test cross? Can you see the screen? Question number 3. Yes, sir.
Okay. So which of the following is a test cross? What do we call as the test cross? Anyone? Okay.
Sir,
if
what do you mean by test cross?
So that is what I'm asking. What do you mean by the test cross? See, the test cross is generally conducted. The question is basically based on the definition of the test cross. The test cross, when the test cross is conducted, it means one of the parents should contain only the recessive allele, and the other parent should contain uh, either one recessive, either be completely recessive, or it should contain one recessive and one dominant. So here it should have a dominant, that means it should be a heterozygous one. So that is your option number C. Or not option C.
B, right,
That is
sir.
your option B. The one is a heterozygous one, the other one is a recessive one. See question number 5. A heterozygous red-eyed female Drosophila mated with a white-eyed male would produce. So one of them is heterozygous and the other one is homozygous. So first of all, tell me, out of the red eye and the white eye, which one is the dominant one?
Red eyes.
Which red eye is the dominant one, and that red eye is heterozygous. So what are the chances of getting your which one will be correct then?
So both of them will have almost an equal chance of appearing, right?
Yeah. Just we did one of the questions
Yes,
from
sir.
the NCRT. It is based on the same thing. A heterozygous red eye female. So you can say, suppose it is a heterozygous, so you can represent it as R, comma R and small r, and the white eyed will have small r and small r. Okay. So if you find out the cross, so here it will have either capital R is small r, it can have
It has 50-50 chances.
50% chances. So R and R, this is possible. Small r, and small r, and small r, these are possible. So 2 for this are possible and 2 for this are possible. And hence it will be 50-50%. Okay. Now, sex-linked disorders such as color blindness and hemophilia, they are caused by genes on the X chromosomes, or caused by genes on the autosomes, caused by genes on the Y chromosomes, or expressed only in men.
So can you show the questions?
Yeah,
Can you show the questions?
yeah, the question is here. Sex-linked disorders such as color blindness and hemophilia. So actually this question is nothing, not on understanding based. This is somewhere learning based. If you have learnt about this topic somewhere, so you can answer, otherwise you can. Okay, so I'm just asking if anyone has learnt about this. No one.
So the
Color,
Y chromosome is dominant, right, sir?
the Y chromosome is the dominant one. Okay, but that is only for the sexual characteristics.
Yes, sir.
So here the sex-linked disorders such as color blindness and hemophilia, they are caused by genes on the on which chromosome? On the X chromosome or on the Y chromosome? Since the X chromosome is contained both in the male as well as in the female. Okay. So the answer is it is
A options.
they are caused by the genes on the X chromosomes. As there was nothing to explain, you can answer this question only if you have read about this. Since you have not read about this, so this was mostly sure that you do not know. But now you can remember that they are caused by the genes on the X chromosome. Okay. So that means if the situation you can remember something like this. If you have a male and a female, so if the male is suffering from color blindness, the male is color blind, okay, so the new generation which will be there, the new generation of male, this male will not be color blind, but if there is a female, female will be color blind. Are you getting? See, the male has XY, the female has only X and X. So here the formation of gametes, it will be X and Y. Since the color blindness characteristics, they are present only on the X chromosome. So if X chromosome fertilizes the X chromosome, you will have a female child, and hence the female child will be a color blind. But if there is a male child, that means Y chromosome from the male, and fertilizes the X chromosome of female, so the male will not be a color blind. Okay,
Sir,
understood
she
this?
did not understand, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I did not understand, sir.
No, you did not understand. See, the questions, I'm not explaining the question part. Question is what you should have read somewhere. So if you have not read somewhere, just understand it that the color blindness characteristics, they are present on the X chromosome, right? So you take into consideration, you remember this, that the color blindness characteristics, they are present in the X chromosome. So if a male is colorblind, if I suppose that a male was colorblind, so on which chromosome will there be characteristics of the color blindness? On the X chromosome or on the Y chromosome?
On the X rates.
Okay, so it will be on the X chromosome. Okay, so if the X chromosome fertilizes the female ovum, it will be a female child and not a male child.
Right. Female has the chances of color blindness after that.
It has a 100% chance of color blindness. If the male
Right.
is colorblind, if the male is colorblind, so obviously the female will be a colorblind.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But if the male is born, so male will not be a colorblind. However, if the opposite is there, if suppose your female is a colorblind, if the female is colorblind, so the new generation, which will be either male or female, it will be colorblind. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why I told you this complete thing? Maybe such type of question can come in the case of a passage-based question, where an information may be provided to you like this, that uh, the genes which are responsible for color blindness are present on the X chromosome. So in this way, the question can be framed the other way. Okay. So bye everyone. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
In the
Bye, sir.
next class, we'll start with our environment. Okay. Bye. Sir.